Okay, I'm gonna go through my notes. I'm gonna show them some cool things, some cool tips and tricks. So you've been playing Killjoy, and yeah, it looks like you're kind of just like feeling her out. I think her utility is kind of confusing, like on a base level, but like once you get the hang of like how to set up with her, I think you can play her pretty well. A lot of people just cheese with her. I'm gonna show you some cheese tactics because they're fun, but I'm also gonna show you some like real tactics because I think that it's important that you know how to play the game. So generally her turret, probably the strongest part of her kit, is just gonna like spot locations, but you can also use it to like set up a crossfire. So something I love to do like on this map is I'll place like my turret on this side of it, and I'll just play off of its contact. So I'll just be like hiding over here, and then when people push, right, once the turret starts shooting at them, their attention is going to be diverted. They'll be looking at your turret and try to kill that, and you can just swing them and you can kill them. I think this works really well.
I was doing that up here.
Yeah, that works really well on a location, like any location where you can set up a crossfire. In the corner, it's actually a little bit worse because when I peek this, I might just clear. This is going to be the first corner that I'm going to clear.
Yeah.
So generally what I like,
it's probably better like this.
You want your turret to be the first thing that they see, you know? So if you put it at like an angle, like a little bit of an angle or an incline, like this will work perfectly. Because now you can play a spot like this, and then once that turret starts shooting on them, then you kind of swing them. You do have to be a little bit careful in a situation like this, but for the most part, it'll work very well.
This wall is so awkward. It's cool. Like I played a little bit last night, and it's like I'm already starting to appreciate like the fact that this wall is angled is like actually pretty impactful.
No, it's really funny. This wall didn't used to be angled. It used to be.
I knew it. I actually wondered.
Yeah, on the default map, it was even with this. So the people hate those things though because they call them 50-50s because that's what it is. You have to choose one side to look for. Sometimes you choose the wrong one. It's really frustrating to die, stuff like that. So I'm trying to think of a place where there is a 50-50. That would be kind of like something like this, right? Like say I was pushing out in the middle. I can't clear this corner and this corner at the same time. So if somebody's hiding here, if they're hiding there, you know, it can be kind of rough. But generally, you want to push that on defense. But so your grenades, I've noticed that you mostly use them as like a normal grenade where you like kind of chuck it and then you activate it. The thing that makes them different from other Molotovs in the game, obviously, is that you can activate it whenever you want. So you can throw these down before the round in like a position like that. And then like when somebody ends up pushing you or if you hear them pushing you, you can activate it. That'll generally cover most of this area. I like to place them on the sides because they can be destroyed. So right, like if I switch teams right now, I can actually shoot those and it'll break. So that's really annoying. So generally you want to put them in a location where like people can't see them. Yeah, right there would be good. I can't actually see it from this range, but when I get closer, I'll be able to see it. So you just have to be conscious of that, you know, like I can destroy it. But in a spot like that, it'll cover most of this area. This will generally stop people from pushing. If they push through it, they'll take a bit of damage. But this is where we get spicy, right? Because you can place these down in situations or spots like this, it's okay to stop a push. This is a pretty like normal tactic. But if you wanted to cheese people, we call this spot right here default. This is generally where I'll plant the bomb if I'm on offense. I'll just run up here and I'll plant the bomb right here. You can throw those on this spot, and when people go to plant it, you can actually make them explode, and it'll catch people really off guard. Sometimes you get actual kills doing this. So that's really fun to do. I recommend doing it like once or twice throughout a game. Oftentimes people will catch on to it. That's cheese, but this would like, so this is pretty two-dimensional, you know, like you push up and it's like, okay, there's a bomb on it. I can kill it, so I just shoot it and then I just plant the bomb instead. But what you can do instead is you can put it over here now, and now nobody's gonna see that, and that'll go through the box and still hit the plant location. So you can do that in a lot of spots. I like to do it on this site specifically. That's kind of why right here. You can do it right here as well. This is another plant location people use a lot if they take over big control. Yeah, those are really fun. So I recommend doing that, messing around with it. I think you'll enjoy it. It also teaches you like default locations and stuff where people will plant. Just be conscious of that. Oh, her ultimate's best for retakes. So if you're on defense and stuff, or if you just want to stop a push, you can just kind of just throw it down. Otherwise, you can put it in a place like this. And notice how this is going to cover basically all of the site. Yeah, you can kill it if you shoot it if you're on the other team, but like, yeah, so if you throw that down, notice how it covers the entire site. So it's going to force anybody off of the site, and it's a pretty easy retake from that point. You'll just have somebody like smoke this entrance where they would have to run to, and then that's a pretty easy retake. But those are all my Killjoy tactics. Go crazy with them. On offense, you basically just place your turret to like watch out. Oh wait, no, here's another one, right? So if you're standing like right here, right? If you're standing on this pillar, something you can do is you can use your turret to like peek angles. So I can throw that down, and then the turret will spot you. And I can like jump out and I can kill you. So that works pretty well because it's gonna like make them shoot at the turret, obviously, and then like you could just kind of peek and you can kill them. So that works pretty well. Yeah, aside from that, you have any questions?
Nope.
Okay, you guys
still figuring it out.
Yeah, it'll take
It seems
some time,
like her abilities work better when you combine them with something I realized yesterday.
No, they work really good in combination. So generally, you can throw down. I like to just use one grenade to start. You can kind of use two, but you don't want to like panic and use them both because the damage doesn't stack. So,
oh, that's good to know.
it is fun to mix up your like where you'll put your stuff though. So like I taught you the turret right here. I'll do that one round, and then like the next round, I'll place my turret over here. And I'll play like a completely different position. Maybe I'll play in like the pillar so that when people push, I can like kill them like that. But just playing off of your turret, I think, is the best thing I could teach you. Just like whenever your turret shoots at somebody, it's pretty much a free kill if you just peek them.
We're trying to try to identify why I die each time. Also, it should be pretty obvious why I die at this point.
A lot of the times it's pretty obvious, but sometimes it's like less obvious. Like sometimes it just feels like, okay, well, I got lost in gunfight. I think that's something that's like hard to teach players, is that they'll be like, oh, well, my aim's just garbage. A lot of the times it's not actually your aim, it's something else. Like, oh, you were playing a bad angle, or your crosshair placement was bad. And it's not normally just, oh, your aim was bad, you know.
Well, and it's wild because everything in this game is about these little like fractional advantages that just make it more likely that you'll win the firefight when it comes up.
That's literally all it is. Yeah. I was one of the other replays I was looking at yesterday, I was saying like the dude, he played it right, but he was playing into a predictable position. Like he was on the ground level and there was a box right next to him, and I was like, had he jumped on top of that box instead, not very, like, it's not that much higher, it's just literally 2 feet to the right, he probably would have won the engagement, just because his elevation's different, so the person's gonna have to adjust their crosshair. It's it's basically all about making it more difficult for the enemy. Like, okay, yeah, what you want to do on offense is you want to place your turret like in this corner right here. I'm the Raze over here in this.
There.
In this corner? Okay.
Yeah, so if you place it facing this way, then it'll see pretty much anybody who comes to flank us. This makes us like unflankable, which is really nice. I like being my flank covered. That was messy. Dude, everything's so quiet in this game right now. I have like 0 audio. This feels like I'm like in a custom game still.
Get out of here.
Any ghosts? Any ghosts in chat? Any ghosters?
Ghosty boys, it's spooky season. Come out.
So look how comfortable your turret is for us now, though, because we know that he can't.
Yeah, this is great.
Yeah. So he's got to be over here.
So I should look for those kind of wide open access ways.
Nice. Yeah, so generally you just kind of throw the turret down so it can cover our flanks on offense. She's offense is definitely her worst side, just because she doesn't have any aggressive abilities. But generally you just use those characters to cover the flanks then, and then like defense is where they really shine. But covering the flanks is still incredibly valuable. Like, it just makes us so much more comfortable. It really sucks to not have a character like her on the team. I'm surprised that dude's still in the game at AFK.
Oh, there's 3 of them right there.
You're 1v3, by the way. You have an AFK.
So when you're low on health like that, you should be playing way more defensively, obviously.
Generally, you go for more like gimmicky things when you're on low health. So you'll hide in a corner. Or you just try you try to like mentally outplay them, because you're not gonna win any gunfights like straight up generally.
Right.
So I'm gonna throw my boom bot in here.
Somebody killed my turret.
That means they're behind us. Let's go kill them behind us. If I had killed her there, that would have been great. She's there. 2 of them. You got him. All you, brother. There's another one. I got him. Don't worry.
Nice.
You want to come up here to buy me? So I'm going to swing out here, and you're going to swing with me, okay? Your goal is just to trade me.
Okay.
You ready? Set.
Yep.
Go. So, might be in this corner. Nope.
Enemy spotted.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, yeah.
30 seconds left.
There you go.
Hey, take a break, guys.
So a lot of this game is just playing with your teammates and just trading each other. Like basically,
Switching
each player is like a
sides.
resource, kind of, you know. And you kind of just use bodies to like get kills a lot of the times. When I'm playing with new people, generally I'll just let them trade me, just because I think that it's a good way to learn. And honestly, like, aiming's hard, but it's a lot less hard when you have like 2 people. Like, it's very unlikely that you're gonna miss your shot during like the time that it takes for me to die.
All right.
There's gonna be one long there. Yeah, behind that box is where he shot me. Nice. That recoil hit him in the head.
I got lucky there.
Yeah, that would have been a rage where you could be comfortable ADSing.
Okay.
enemy
Nice.
remaining.
Removed.
The last one's probably playing long. She has her ultimate, so she's gonna use a rocket here. Hold shift actually. Just go push her. Actually, you don't have time for that.
Fire in
So just run. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So when they have situations like that, you just gotta bait it out and like just book it. So
Yeah, I've never seen
you'll
it
tap
before,
the
so-
bomb, and then when you hear it, you just gotta run. But unfortunately, she could have just held it, and then like you're pretty much gonna lose that.
Yeah.
What I was gonna say alternatively is what you could have done is, since you know that she's playing for it, is you could have just like shift walked, like just slow walked up cubby or up C long, and you could have just like walked right into her and killed her. Although that catches people off guard a lot of the times because they have that thing in their mind where they're like, oh well, I'm gonna play for the spike plant or for when they tap the bomb, but then you're actually just not going to tap the bomb. You're just gonna push them. You know. I think
Right.
that might have been a better situation there. You should have
Yeah,
been the face.
that makes sense.